Welcome to the Clutch Buckets Podcast. My name is Josh Tyson.
And Kyle Spence.
Their profession, our passion, your court. Check ball to you, Kyle. What's good,
Check
man?
ball, Tyson. How's it going? How you feel, man? Feeling
Yo,
patriotic right
yo,
now?
we got that basketball. We got that basketball. I'm a hype, man. Come on with it.
I almost did a chant, man. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not patriotic at all, but I almost was in there with the USA chant because the way I was feeling. Oh my
Yo,
goodness.
bro,
All right, so
epic, man.
we're not gonna bury the lead whatsoever. We're gonna start with what happened.
Yes,
Team
sir.
USA beat France in the finals to win their fifth straight gold
Fifth
medal
straight,
against
man.
France for 98-87, where we saw some highlights that is going to be beautiful to talk about. More specifically, we saw Stephen Curry
Man,
go
that boy.
off. So I want to hear your thoughts because that's your boy right there.
Man, come on with it, man. I hate the rhetoric behind it because the knock on Curry, which is even after the fourth ring, was still, he's not clutch. We're talking about the highest level of basketball, not NBA, highest world level of basketball, the Olympics, on the highest stage, one of the biggest games ever in basketball. And my man comes up clutch. Four straight threes. Yo, come on, man. Come on. France was within three. And Curry goes ham, shuts him down, puts him in bed, man. Come on, Kyle.
I mean, it
Come
was
on.
beautiful.
What can they
Curry
say?
was there
What can
8
they
for
say?
12. How much is that? What was that percentage, man?
Come on,
That's
man.
67% he was shooting from the three-point line in the biggest game on the biggest stage. And he was able to pull it out, even after he did one where I think his last shot that he did was over two defenders.
Fade away.
Durant and James were wide open in the corner like this.
Yo, did you see
And they were
Durant's
like,
face? Did you see Durant's face?
I
Even he
did
was like, oh my gosh. He's seen it over and over, and they still get surprised, man.
It's ridiculous.
Fade away three with two people on you, man.
It's ridiculous.
To shut it down, to set a game, man. Like, yo, it's absolutely absurd, man. I absolutely love it. Yo, shout out to Juwanza McIntosh, man. Real quick, man. You know, one of the biggest Curry haters out there.
I'm gonna put his face
I would love,
here.
right? Yeah,
I'm
you
just gonna
got
have
to.
it just pop up.
Got to.
Okay.
What do you say now, sir? What do you say now? Look forward to having you on the show soon.
Said when he hit like his second shot, he turned to like Draymond Green and said, "Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. He got his."
Don't worry about it.
I'm telling you, man.
No, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it.
So you felt like overall this was a great game, team win. What were your thoughts?
Yo, team win, man. I love it. Yo, AD was big for USA, man. I mean, 8 points, dog on the rebounds, man. 4 blocks, 2 steals. I mean, he was all over the court, man. Very solid on the court. LeBron consistent all over. Raw, man. Of course, he got the MVP. Deserving of it, man. He was the most consistent player throughout the Olympics, man. When they need a bucket, man, he would drive to the hole, not rely on the three, making the right passes all around. Ball movement was the absolute key to this last win, man. And that's what was hurting him all Olympic run, really, man, just the ball movement. Because all the other teams, they've been balling together for decades, man. And USA were just trying to develop that chemistry over time. And I think they finally got to it, man. They were able to really get into a good flow. So, man, I enjoyed the game, man. Especially going ham, man, on the defensive end, it seems like it was hard for the USA team, man, especially to guard the three, because they would go over the top and they would really get lost in the transition, going up under, going over the top. They didn't know really, what to do. What are we going to stick with, man? And that's how, France was able to get a couple threes. Wemby went off with 5 or 6 threes. But I mean, it was key keeping them off the boards. They I was gonna say they shut Gobert down, but they weren't worried about his offense. He wasn't a factor really at all. So, how you feel about it, Cal?
Man, I felt good about it. I really felt like this was the competition we needed, especially after we played Serbia, which we're going to get to
Yeah,
later
man.
on. But the way that they came out really with an agenda, like a mission
Hmm.
on their mind to say that we're not going to lose this game.
No, no.
It got close, but they were really averaging about a 9 point gap between them
Hmm.
and France the
Yeah.
entire time. Shout out to Wembanyama. I don't know how to say his name that well, Wembanyama,
Hmm.
because Wemby was out there
He's
balling,
doing his
man. As a
thing.
20-year-old, he
Come
was
on with
out
it,
there
man.
destroying his competition. He was shooting pretty decently from three. Also, he was in there collecting those rebounds,
He
everything
made
else on
Embiid
the
look
court.
old, by the way. Yeah.
He sure did. He sure did. I thought that Embiid, because of his weight, 280, going against a 210, like you could just throw this dude off. Nah, he was crafty around the basket. He was
Man.
crafty anywhere he was on the court. I
Yeah.
thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
But shout out also to, before I get to USA, of course, Yabusele. Yabusele was actually a Boston
Let's talk
Celtics
about
player.
that.
I remember
Wow.
being a Boston Celtics fan when we
Was
had
he?
Yabusele. You called him,
What?
I think, the Dancing Bear or something like that.
I did
And
not
this
know that.
dude, he wasn't a good player,
I-
if we being honest. And I was like,
yeah.
when he left, I was like, okay, that's fine. I mean,
Who?
it's not a big deal, but Yabusele has developed his game,
He really
obviously, over the
has, man.
many
He
years to
he was
where
giving them a problem.
he posterized LeBron James.
By
Like
the
I'm sure
way,
he trying to like scour the internet for that Google search. Like we need this to be removed because the way that Yabusele was giving them the fits, man. So he had, I think, 20 points in that game.
he
He
did his
was
thing.
50% from inside the arc. He didn't shoot
Yeah.
it well from the outside, which was abnormal according to the commentators
Yeah.
to say that he actually be knocking those down.
Yeah,
So
he
he
do. He
went
did it
one
in
for
like previous
four.
games. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way that I was just seeing some of these NBA players playing with their home
That's true.
team and
Yeah.
the way that they are just able to mature and develop into such great players between Wemby, Batum, Yabusele, and
Yeah.
even Gobert. Gobert wasn't like horrible. He
He
was
never makes a
just
difference in the
there.
game, man, to me, man, especially offensively. I mean,
Yes.
come on,
He
man.
he he did
They didn't
some
even game
very
plan for that guy.
strange things in this game. I felt like he was going for fouls that I didn't think that were necessary.
Mm.
He was just around, even when he was in a position where he was about 2 feet out from the dunker's spot. His own teammates knew to not pass it to him. He ain't knocking down that
Hey,
jumper.
hey.
It was like, he wide open, mind you. He's like,
They're like,
I
nah,
gotta kick this out.
nah. We
I
know,
can't afford it.
we know that's
So
not you, Pippin. Like his own players
he
from
ain't
his
built
own
like
country
that.
don't even play him, man. But yo, going back to yeah, be selling, man.
Yeah,
I think that's the difference too. Like you could see a lot of these NBA players who maybe, they didn't have the greatest career, especially like in the
right,
NBA. But going to their country, it's a difference, Kyle.
hmm,
Going to your country and especially playing with guys that you played with for a long time gives you a
correct.
different level of confidence. And
Yes,
this is it clearly shows, man, because a lot of these players from these other teams, man, you don't expect to go hard like that, man. Even what's his name? The point guard from Puerto Rico. Um
Jose
Jose,
Alvarado.
you don't score like that in NBA. But he comes
Right,
over and plays with squad, man, absolutely goes ham. So it really shows the talent, that these players really have, but it shows you
yes,
too how great a lot of these NBA players really are, for these players who look great on this stage not to really
right.
thrive in the NBA. But
I'm wondering, is this what Patrick Beverly was talking about? Because he
maybe
said he got buckets
he
when he
said he
was,
got
in
buckets.
was it high school / college?
He
So
said he was a baller.
hey, let him go to Israel. Let him do his thing. He
I
gonna
want to
be
see
out
that.
here giving them the
Yeah,
buckets, the
yeah.
business right there.
You think we're gonna be hearing reports of him going half for like 50?
Absolutely. But no one's gonna care because it's
No,
like,
that's
oh,
okay.
okay, you over
Oh,
there.
all
Like
right. Who you playing against? Oh, is that a girl? Is that a girl on the team? Like,
right. It's like, who are you playing against? What's your competition
right,
like?
right.
Like, I don't need to see if you playing against the U.S. Virgin Islands and be trying to say, oh, he giving them business right now. So
Business. Yo, but Yabusele, that dunk on LeBron, that might get him
yes,
back in the NBA right there.
that's exactly what's
That's
going to get him
insane.
back in the NBA. He just needs to put it screen printed on a
Right,
T-shirt
that's it.
and
That's
just
it.
walk
That's
into,
it.
I don't know, who would need him right
The
now? Probably the
Rockets. Some of
Detroit
the Rockets. Oh, the
Pistons
Pistons.
or the
Yeah.
Houston Rockets. He
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
walk
Yeah.
in there and say, hey,
Yeah. I did
this is
this.
what
What's
I
up?
did.
What's
Yeah.
up? What's up?
All I need is a 2 year,
What's
baby. I'm
up?
asking for much,
That's
just a
it.
2 year. I'm good.
That's...
But I felt like, France really, they stuck with it. It's just, you just had better players on the other side of the court.
Definitely.
Because Team USA was out there absolutely balling the
Man, what they
entire
couldn't do nothing
time.
with them. They couldn't do
And I
nothing
got to
with them.
give a shout out to two people in particular. You already mentioned them. One, Steph Curry.
Yeah, I know.
Steph Curry, to me, I have to make a quick apology, guys.
Mm,
I
mm,
don't think I never thought Steph was a clutch player.
mm.
Greatest shooter of all time.
You
I
too?
never,
You
always,
too,
I was
Kyle.
always that guy. He
Man.
only, in my mind, this is in my mind, and I'm going to give you a little history on it. He was the greatest shooter of all time. 2016 was not 2016 necessarily, but 2015, that
Mm,
season forward, I was like, I've never seen such an amazing shooter in the entirety of my life.
mm.
Then he did that OKC Thunder
Yes.
shot from half court
That was
with
ridiculous.
the
Yeah.
most
Mm,
notable Mike
yeah.
Green bang at the
Bang!
end. Oh my
Bang! Yep.
goodness, beautiful. In
Man.
fact, I think we have that in the Clutch Buckets intro.
Oh, you already
And
know. Yeah.
so I was like, this guy is the greatest. Then I started to root for the Warriors when he was playing the Cavs
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't like LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
And when he couldn't make the shots that were necessary to win the
Mm-hmm. I
games,
know. Yeah.
my
Yeah. It
faith
seems
in his ability
deteriorated.
waned
Yeah.
so badly
Yeah. Yeah.
that after that era of the Warriors versus the Cavs,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how clutch is he?
Is he really? Yeah. I
And
know. Yeah.
that creeping doubt got me to a point that I used to go down YouTube rabbit holes. I used to Google Steph Curry's buzzer beaters. And then I started to notice that the buzzer beaters were never in the fourth quarter.
Right.
They were they were first,
It's like
second, and
it's
third.
oh, first quarter right
Or
before
at
the
the end of a shot clock. And I'm
right.
like, I don't really
That's
care
it.
about this.
Right.
So
Nah.
now the narrative was being built in my mind to say,
Yeah.
I don't think he's that clutch. And then when the Warriors started to play my team, they started to play
Mm,
teams like mine
mm,
against the Celtics. And when I start to see in that like last 3 years, I literally would say if they give Steph Curry the ball, he's going to take it off a curl and he's going to throw it up. I promise you guys, it's not going in.
hmm.
Now I'm hating. This is now
Wow.
the hate because I
That's some
already
serious
know like
haterade
you
right there.
now rivaling my team. I don't
Yeah.
really like that.
Nah. Nah.
But it was true. He wasn't hitting it. So
He
I was like,
wasn't.
okay.
We good.
I made a post. I said it. I said, as great of a shooter as Stephen Curry is, I would not give him the ball down the stretch. I would give it
Mm.
to KD. I'd give it to Klay Thompson. I'd give it to Damian Lillard. But I will never say for the
Wow.
greatest shooter of all time, I'll give it to Steph. So with
That's some
all
serious
this
accusations.
background,
Yeah.
it is probably 51% correct in theory, but he proved me completely wrong in the biggest of stages. And
Man.
now, just to paint the context, Tyson, this is his one and only shot to play in the Olympics. He knows he's not coming back.
You're not coming back. Yeah.
He had this one and only opportunity because he's already highly decorated as an NBA player, future Hall of Famer,
The last thing you
four-time
need on his
winner,
resume.
got Finals MVP,
Yeah.
greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah.
Broke every record you can think of regarding three-point shooting. He's arguably, in most people's conversations, one of the best point guards of all time. Between him and Irvin Magic Johnson.
Now I just need that gold
He
medal.
only has one thing to cross off of his list before he gets in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. And the game was not out of control. The game was within 3 points.
Yes.
We thought he was just hot dogging, as Skip Bayless loves to say, because you're ahead. No, the game was extremely close. One bad move, and France could have taken this game.
Yeah.
And Stephen Curry comes down.
He's like, nope.
And hits 4 threes. Needed threes. Back to back to back to ridiculously back when he plays against he had 2 defenders on him. Two defenders.
Fading back. Yeah.
And then all of the theories, the doubts, it just dissipated. It just
throw that into the ocean.
And I said, you know what? He can be a clutch player. And on the Clutch Buckets podcast, I want to personally apologize to those who have not realized how amazing Stephen Curry is.
Girl, you're amazing believers, man. And this tough part for me though is he still has to prove himself even after winning that last championship where he proved himself to be clutch. He scored 40 in that game. So I'm glad though this has started to silence, especially a lot of other haters who we're talking about the same narrative, man. You know what I mean? He's not clutch. Can he, shoot big buckets? Can you trust him, man, towards the end of the game? And it wasn't looking good for him in these first Olympic Games, man. He didn't show up really until the Serbian game. But at the same time, I think, man, that's a testament to how great other players are, because I'll say that, like as a baller, man, if I go on the court and I got a lot of good players around me, I'm not going as hard as I should because I want everybody to eat. You know what I mean? Especially if I don't have good chemistry with them, still trying to figure things out. I'm not just going to pull up and, dominate the ball as I usually would without a lot of great players around me. You know what I mean? So I'm going to defer to other players a lot. I'm not going to take as many shots. And I think that's what Curry was doing, but when they needed it most, when they needed somebody to get a bucket, Curry's like, I bet. Let me throw all that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and get this bucket, man. And so, I love it for him.
What you're saying is, because last episode I said, oh, so he out here running decoy, and I meant that because it's like I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. It's like, where is it? But my goodness, we gonna get to the Serbian game. We gonna get to it.
We gotta get there. Back.
I just need to make one more point. LeBron James, I'm a bigger hater than most. Like, let's be clear.
I think I'm worse. I think I'm worse.
I think we are having a shared experience in that I don't like this dude in the NBA because he keeps beating my teams. But I saw a tweet that said, is this what it feels like to be a Stephen Curry fan? If so, I can fly. And I said, let me cross out Stephen Curry and put LeBron James because I said, drive it, LeBron.
Right.
Get him, LeBron. Block that, LeBron. Like, I was out here with the excitement of, like, he was on my team. Like, he was a Celtic. I was
Real talk.
What is happening right now?
What am I doing? I had to check myself. I was like,
am I doing the silencer? Do I need to mimic the powder in the air? Like, what is happening? I swear, I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't like this feeling at all because it feels very wrong.
Let me shake this off. Let me go take a walk.
But I was rooting for this dude.
Yeah, bro.
And my goodness, well-deserved MVP.
Very well
He
deserved.
deserved everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the energy, the leadership. He brought the defensive presence.
Mm-hmm.
He was communicating on everything that he did. He knew the plays. He knew the rules.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to switch 1 through 5 the entire time. He was driving the ball. He wasn't settling for anything. This dude was lights out from the free throw line. This dude was triple doubling in an Olympic game. One of the first, I think, to ever do it. Don't quote me on that because I don't really know if that's
For
true.
the amount of times he did it, yeah.
But the way that he was playing, I don't care how much of a hater you gotta be, man.
You
gotta give it up. If you do not respect what was done by LeBron James in this, you're just a hater. You're just an absolute hater, and you're not a basketball fan.
You can't,
because you could not objectively watch these games and say, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like, I genuinely have to dismiss you as somebody who watched the game because there's no way you watched it and then said, I'm not seeing it, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing
his endurance at this level, almost 40 in 3 months, has to be studied. How's he's able to be able to maintain his athletic ability, his endurance, and the level of play is absolutely absurd, man. This dude was something like the first one up the court. Like the way he was pushing the rock, man, even towards the end of the game, I was like, wow. Like, you got to respect it, bro. When they needed a bucket or they needed the right pass at the right time, like that pass he gave to Booker behind the back,
behind the back,
the back.
Yeah, the behind the back.
That's like,
who was doing this in Olympic level final?
Right, bro. I was like, because my whole being tells me not to cheer for this man, but I'm over here like, oh wait, my body, my emotions are in conflict right now. They're in total conflict because it's like, wait, I'm not supposed to be cheering for this guy, but I'm cheering for this guy. It's just respecting basketball and its essence at a true level, man. And I gotta respect the man. Like,
you have
well-deserved MVP, man. Like they needed him. Just like they needed Curry, they needed LeBron, man. Him handling the point was off the chain, man. Because
I agree.
Nobody else was handling that right. I mean, Curry, but coming off pick and rolls, Curry could just do his thing and run around. Like, he was playing decoy for a minute, but it opens up. People don't realize, like, even when he wasn't balling out like that, he was still a factor on the court because you have to know where he is at all times. He affects the game in so many ways. It leaves other people open.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
It's beautiful just to see the Avengers of the NBA just coming together and just winning.
Yo, we talked
it's
about this
beautiful.
Earlier. Yeah, bro.
I felt like this is the final hoorah for these three in particular, KD, LeBron, and Steph. Just join up, dog. I ain't even mad at it at this point. What y'all did here, I need to see that replicated. Yeah, now get a bunch of garbage people around you because we ain't about to have it overwhelmingly, in your favor. But all I just want to see it now. I want to see it.
Like, as a basketball fan, this is like the best moments we can ever ask for. In an Olympic game on the world stage, three of the best players from the NBA. So it's some of the oldest players, Curry, KD, and LeBron, especially in the last two games, came together to take over the game and solidify their greatness together. Like that.
Switch it right there, Tyson. Go to Serbia. Because what you're saying is so apropos. What was the game with Serbia? I'm going to give you the score real quick. Team USA.
Yes, sir.
Beat Team Serbia 95-91. Storming back from virtually is really 17, but let's call it 15. 15 points down.
Man.
And I'm talking going into this quarter, they were still trying to fight back.
They had no answer at that point.
Tyson, this was, and I try not to be a prisoner of the moment, this was probably the best game I've ever watched.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. One of the
This is
greatest
probably
comebacks
the
I've ever
best
seen.
game
Yeah,
I've ever
ever,
watched.
ever.
And
Because Serbia was
I have to put
dominating.
up there. Dominating. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dominating. No, but God, you said they were absolutely dominating. Like it was at the point where most USA fans did not think USA was going to win because USA, man, they look completely out of sorts, man. There was a lack of effort on 50-50 balls. Serbia was out rebounding them, getting offensive balls, getting offensive rebounds. So much miscommunication on defense. USA looked like they had no clue who was switching on who,
Mhm.
where well, am I supposed to roll to the top? Am I supposed to go over the screen, go under the screen? Like it was complete stagnation and indecisiveness on offense. Like, people weren't rolling the way like they were supposed to roll. People were second guessing their shot. They didn't know where to pass or shoot. Like people got it in. Like I don't, man. It was a complete disaster what it was looking like. But that goes to the testament of what you have to respect these Olympian teams from these other countries, because we said it before, they've been playing together for decades. So the chemistry, the confidence, everything is there. It's what USA team lacks in terms of chemistry, because especially in those moments, who do they go to? Each one of those players is a great player, but being able to play off your greatness with another great player, it's like, where's my player going to be? If I go to the hole, and what was Serbia doing? Every time they went to the hole, every time the ball went anywhere inside of the three-point line, Serbia just swarmed. So as soon as you get the ball, it has to be an automatic reaction to pass it off to the open man. Where's my open man going to be? Serbia was doing that flawlessly because they know, based on experience and playing together for so long, where their man is going to
They
be.
know where they are.
USA team did it. It's like every time they got the ball, it just got stuck. It got stuck. They didn't know where to pass it, where to go. And bro, it was a complete 180 in that fourth quarter. They put all that nonsense to the side. They're like, yo, we just gonna play our game. Like plays to the side. They put like, we're not going to play the right basketball. We're just going to ball out how we know how to ball out. We're just going to go back to our natural state of mind, our natural basketball. We're just going to feed off of what do you call that? We're just gonna feed off our reactions. We're just gonna feed off of instinct. And they went ham. I want you to take it from here, dog. Hey,
No, man, dude, come on now. You said everything that I wanted to say on
dog,
that because the
dog.
way that they were playing in the first did not translate, thankfully,
Yeah.
because I started to get nervous.
Man,
And I
what?
have to keep reiterating, I'm not really a patriotic person, guys. So for me to be feeling like, you better tell me I'm saying you telling me we
Right.
about to
We
lose?
jumping in
Like
there.
I'm not even like I'm behaving by heart. Then
Yeah.
I'm half Jamaican on top of that. USA, I talk about this all the time. When I'm rooting in any type of Olympic game, Bahamas is up top.
Bet that.
If a Bahamian is in the race or whatever, that's who I root for first.
That's
If
top
they're
notch.
not there, it's Jamaica. If
Bet.
they're not there, then it's
Got
America.
a different team.
That's how it's always been, right?
Yeah.
But the way I don't care if they was playing the ball or someone, I was like, we about to lose, y'all. I
We
don't know
about
how
to
I
lose.
feel. We
Right. This
about
doesn't
to
feel right.
lose.
This doesn't feel
I
right.
was nervous the way that they were playing in the
Uh,
beginning, but the way that they came together down the stretch,
man, it was
it was it was
poetry
an
in motion.
experience, man.
Poetry, man. It's one of the
I don't want
best.
to be those hyperbolic people who love to say these things like, oh, it's a religious experience. No, but it
No,
was an
no,
experience.
it really
Like I
was.
was out there, like I'll tell you where I was. I pulled up to play ball, actually. I was
Mm.
at the gym that I was going to walk in. And I said, well, it's only 10 minutes of play left. Let me just sit down and watch in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not, Tyson. I was screaming so loud in my car. I started to look around
Like,
to
is
see if
anybody hear
anybody
me?
was watching me or could hear me through there. the way that I was so hyped because of
Yeah.
what was transpiring in front of
Yeah.
my eyes from the point of, I'd say,
Unbelievable.
maybe when AD got fouled and KD still hit the three and they counted the basket.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
That was
from that
huge.
point forward,
That lifted him.
it's like, we about to do this.
Yeah.
Devin Booker at the top of the key when he knocked down that
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Way that LeBron James drive the ball and laying it up over whomever.
Yeah.
The way that they stepped up on their defense. Joel Embiid doing a fadeaway
Don't fade
jumper on
away, man.
Jokic. Joel
Everybody
Embiid
was
was
clicking.
balling out in that
Everybody
second
was
half,
clicking
yo.
though, man, because
Dude,
everybody started playing their game. They stopped
come on,
worrying
man.
about, what's this gonna look like? Other people
Yeah.
not getting their shot. They just start playing off their natural instincts, man.
Yes, Katie was out here crossing them out. When you see
Bruh.
Mello on the side, basically directing traffic, like, "Hey, yo, clear out, let
Yeah,
KD get
dog.
his,
Even
do his
KD said
double
clear out.
crossover." Yeah, he was like, "Come
Yeah.
on, man, you
Come
know
on, I
what? Get
got
on
this.
me."
I got
And the
this.
thing is, the way that they were playing, as far as emotionally, was so beautiful to see. Like they were passionate. They weren't like be cool,
Yo,
calm, and collected. No,
yo.
Joel Embiid showed the most emotion I
I've
probably
ever
ever
seen.
seen,
Ever seen in my life,
other
man.
than when, unfortunately, I'm not trying to make this as a joke, but when he was so like sad when Kawhi Leonard hit that shot of shots
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
corner.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that emotional point, this is the most emotional I've ever seen him. Just hype
Hype.
about being able to
But that's
block or
how
score or get the and ones on these people, yo.
that's how you know how much it meant to them.
Exactly.
And I
Right.
love that's that passion for the game we as basketball fans fiend for. That
Yeah.
passion, man, elation, knowing you want it just as much as we do. You know what I mean? That you
Exactly.
going for it. Also, it's the most emotion I've ever seen out of Jokic.
That's right.
Jokic was screaming. He was
That's right.
he was hyped too. That's how you know, man. And that's why, as basketball fans, this is one
You
of the
gotta love it.
best
You gotta love it.
experiences we've ever had.
You
Some of the
gotta love
top players coming together at the highest level of basketball to come back. And yo, you know who ignited them? And I love him for this. Bogdanovich
it.
on
That's what I was
Serbia
about to say.
was talking
Bogdan
trash, was getting
Bogdanovic
hype, was talking back to
doing
LeBron,
the Melo
doing the
three
mellow, the
celebration. Come on, man.
disrespect. And
Well, I don't
everybody was
know if
like,
it was
I
an
bet.
honor of or if it was
I,
disrespect, but I
hey,
do know
whatever.
we took that as fuel.
Yes, sir.
Don't say less.
Say less.
Say
We got you,
less.
bro.
We
We
got it.
got you. Yo,
Don't
the
worry
way
about it.
how hyped Serbia was, screaming in the
Yes.
USA team's face, screaming at their
Yes.
bench. I was like, yo, nah, this ain't it, y'all. Yep, y'all waking up the beast. And I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for it. Yo, they came out fourth quarter, bro. No holds barred. You saw the
Facts.
confidence in USA team too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, calm and collective, because they knew, yo, we got the best players.
Yeah.
We got the best players. We gonna go out here, y'all, and we gonna do us. They started up picking up full court, start picking up Serbia full court. Serbia got nervous. Serbia started fumbling the ball, hesitating on their shots. They started doing what USA was doing all game long.
Right.
And then, of course, we got the Curry shows. Curry started off hot. He started off hot, 4 for 5,
He kept
but
them in the game.
Serbia was matching it. Curry towards the end was doing his thing. KD towards the end was doing his thing. LeBron, like the three top dogs in
And
the
Embiid. You
NBA.
gotta
And
put
Embiid,
Embiid in there
yes,
too.
because
You
he
got
scored
to.
18. He was doing this thing with
Yeah.
19. He was doing this thing too. And that's when LeBron did his triple double. Man, it was some of the most beautiful basketball we've ever witnessed, man. And yo, bro, like as a baller, I could not imagine the elation of the players, how emotional they were, and how much they love doing this. Because I'll just relate this to a intramural game I had, man, back in the day where my team that came together, rallied back to win one of the biggest games. I remember how hype I was, how much, that carried on for weeks, for months. To this
Right.
day, that was one of the best games. I could imagine that doing that on that level, man, and what
Right.
it means to them. Like most likely, especially compared to an NBA championship, this supersedes that, bro.
Yeah,
It's got to. It's got to.
yeah. That was the momentum they needed to go into France because
Bruh.
KD did say after the game, I think he did. I don't know it verbatim, but he did say like this was one of the best games I've ever
Bruh.
experienced, and just to be a part of the team that made this comeback, he said like it's indescribable.
No,
And
it's off the
that's how
chain,
we
dog.
felt as
That's
just
how we feel.
fans, just
Right.
watching the
We felt
game.
that dog right here. It
I
is,
have to watch it again. I
I
have to go
think,
watch it again.
I think, Kyle, it ignited not only the passion for the game that
Mhm.
basketball fans been fiending for a minute, but it also ignited, I think, the passion that some of those players had lost over time. Because some of these players,
Yes.
over time they
Yes.
lose that. But
Yes.
we got to see it reignite and Embiid and
Yes.
AD.
Yes.
AD came out. He was balling
He
last
was,
game in France,
oh
bro.
my goodness.
You
That
bro,
above the rim rebound,
come
we catch it
on,
like
man.
this, stretch
What?
dunk. Oh.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's this type of basketball we don't get to see like that in NBA like that anymore, man.
Yes, because
And
they
now,
don't call these ticky
hey,
tack fouls
yo,
and
I
this.
love
Oh my
it.
goodness. The
Yo,
pacing, Tyson, was unbelievable. When
love
they
it,
say
bro.
there's 10 minutes of play, you really only go and see them absent on the court. The total time is really about 13. If
No, but
this was
real
in the
talk.
NBA, that 12 minutes
Be
is a
35
good
minimum.
30. Like,
Minimum.
like what
Minimum.
we
It's
doing?
absurd. And
How many fouls y'all gonna
yo,
call?
I really hope, Kyle, the NBA sees this and they start instituting that into the NBA.
Have to.
Because these ticky-tack fouls, man, for me, it's killing it, bro. Because
It really is.
you saw how it's affecting NBA players. When these
Yeah.
NBA players start playing in the Olympics and the
Yeah.
exhibition games, these these flops, these
Yeah.
flailing,
Yeah.
that was a no nonsense. Like they were looking ridiculous out there, man. They were
They were.
looking ridiculous. But I love how because it shows how NBA players now they instead of trying to play to score, they were playing to draw the foul. But I
Mhm.
hope they bring that game that they've learned from the Olympics to the NBA. I'm playing
Yes.
to score. I'm not playing to draw the foul.
Yeah.
And I hope NBA commissioners, I hope they relay that to the refs. Now, yeah, we need these Olympic refs to come up to the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we need, dog.
That's facts. Now, I thought that again. Shout out to Team USA. Amazing job, amazing going 6-0 in the Olympics, taking home gold.
Love it.
Just being able to see some of the best players on their teams representing, doing their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them, most of them, representing the National Basketball Association.
Yeah.
Because there's this underlying beef between Team USA and Noah Lyles because of Noah Lyles' comments last time to say the world champions of what? He's annoying to me.
By the
But
way, by
but
the
at
way,
least he backs up some of his stuff until
yeah,
apparently he had COVID. But anyway,
nah,
that's another
right.
sports
It
talk.
is.
That ain't basketball. But just to see that, what were you
Yeah.
saying, Tyson? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying that. That was
Oh,
just
but
great.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that just being able to see some of the high
Mm-hmm.
level basketball
Highest level we can see, bro.
really like reignited my love for the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the flame was never out, but I felt as though this just poured gasoline on the fire, and
It
I'm
is.
just like, man, I just need to watch more of this.
But I love how these international teams push USA team to the limit to where they had to dig deep
Gotta
into their
respect it.
bag and bring some of the best talent out. These
Facts.
weren't blowouts.
Facts.
They weren't running through teams.
Right.
These teams pushed them to the wire, and it shows that this is international talent. But we've already known from Jokic and you know Luca, like this international talent is off the chain, but just
Yeah.
all around too. Like
Mhm.
these boys are coming. But I love how it had they had to bring the best out of USA team and their players, man. I love to see it, dog. You gotta respect it. I mean,
You gotta respect
it's
it.
off the chain, man. Like, yeah, like I'm hyped going into the NBA season now. I'm
That's
hyped.
what I want to
I'm
hear.
hyped, bro.
That's
I'm
what I
hyped.
want to hear. Now,
Yeah,
these
man.
team players are going to get some time off, at least a month before they get to training camp.
Yeah.
Some more than others, because I got to throw it in there. The narrative behind Jason Tatum,
Oh,
unfortunately, not being able to be
yeah.
utilized in the way
Yeah.
that they was expected to,
Hmm.
and that's fine. I'm not here to spend more than 3 minutes on that because I agree. Jason Tatum is one of the best players in the NBA point blank, period.
Hmm.
But a lot of forgiveness happens when you see that you take it home gold. And
That though.
I do know that, not know, because I don't know the guy. I'm willing to bet he probably wouldn't play play under under Steve Kerr's coaching if this is the same thing he's going to experience next Olympics if he chooses to go.
Mm.
Just the same thing like Tyrese Halliburton. He posted his gold medal and said, "This is what it looks like when," he said something like POVO, when you haven't done anything in a group project but still got an A.
Yeah.
So that is probably what Tatum is. If Tatum had a sense of
Yeah.
humor like that, he probably would
Oh
post
yeah,
it. A
yeah.
shout out
Oh,
to
definitely.
Halliburton for being able to be
Yeah.
a good sport about it
Right,
because he's
right.
also a really good player.
Yes.
But I do
Yes.
think that that's going to be fuel for some of these
Oh
players
yeah. Going
or
forward.
to go into the NBA season. Some on
Yeah.
a revenge tour, some on just a reinvigorated tour. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I really enjoyed it. What do you think,
All right.
Tyson?
No, all right, man. No, I'm with you. Steve Kerr got a lot of hate, but all that hate goes out the window when he wins, bro. So, hey,
That's how it
what do
is.
you say? What do you
It
say,
is what
man?
it is.
Yeah.
So Team USA women's basketball, I believe, is also playing today. They can also take home gold if you would like to see that. And I
Mhm.
do know that the Big Three invited the winners of the the
I saw
Olympics
that.
3 basketball
Yeah, yes, to come
to
and
come
play.
and play and win
I would
150,000 as
love to see
well.
that, man. I would love to see that, bro.
I would like to see that.
I'd
I
love
would
to see
like to
that.
see that
Yeah.
just to see what they're talking about.
Those
But
3-on-3s be on tense. They be intense, man, especially in the
it's
Olympics.
weird, ain't
Yeah,
it?
it
Like they
is.
don't stop running.
No,
I
it's
I can't
constant.
play that. I
It's
thought you at least check the ball off. Let me
no
catch my breath.
constant,
No, they soon
constant.
as that's out of bounds or the score or the shot goes in, we throwing that to the key and we throw.
Straight to the
I'm like,
key. Up
guys,
out of there.
wait, y'all not gonna check up? Y'all even
No
gonna
check.
ask what's the score? Nothing. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, this was great, and I'm happy that we have been able to cover it. So this has been one of those experiences that only come every so often. That's the
Mm,
whole point of the Olympics,
mm.
and the Clutch Buckets podcast being able to cover it and talk about it
Yes,
has
sir.
been excellent. But that'll do it for us, man. I appreciate the viewership, being able to be enjoying this Olympic season now that it's over. We're back
Yeah.
to a regularly scheduled program,
Hmm.
but be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is Kyle Spence,
And I'm Josh Tyson.
and we out.
Till next time,
Peace.
y'all. Appreciate you.